All right. So today you mentioned just about the importance of us educating ourselves. And as you looked out into the crowd, we could see that there was like a lot of people from different generations represented. Older generations, younger generations. And on our podcast, we speak a lot about just the generation to generation. From Generation X for my dad and myself, being able to discuss issues that are going on in society. Right now we're living in a time where a lot of millennials have the drive and the energy and the gall to kind of go out and do something, but a lot of times it's misdirected. So can you kind of speak about the need for the older generation to kind of speak into us and kind of collaborate?
Well, I think it's funny. People talk about the Willie Lynch syndrome and they debate whether it's real or whether it's real or not. I always tell people I don't care because it works. Like whether it's real, true, false, the concept of it and the theory is playing out in our community every day. What people don't understand is that the youth are supposed to be the physical body. The elders are supposed to be the mind. So we are supposed to instill the information, the knowledge, and the know-how into our children, and the children are supposed to go out there. The youth are the physical movement. But what happened is you have so many elders that want to be children, and so many children that think they're elders. I mean, if you're young, you may have gone through a lot, but in a lot of cases, it hasn't turned into wisdom yet. It takes a while to become wise. Like this beard ain't just, a fashion statement. It's a couple of years. But the thing is that we are competing against each other. I see as many grandmamas in the club as I see kids who ain't supposed to be in there. And I think none of us, I'm going to be honest with you. This is something that people won't admit. Everybody in America, I don't care what race you are, what gender you are, everybody's trying to be a white man. And nobody really wants to play their roles. And what happens is that so many people are trying to be men or trying to be white men, or so many men are trying to act like women. It's just it's just a cluster. And I think our roles as far as elders and youth and male and female, it's so washed away. The lines are washed away, and nobody is happy or proud of being what they are and playing their position and playing in their lane, that all of us are getting it wrong. And what's crazy is our oppressors are getting their heaven right now. Our oppressors are moving forward. They're teaching their children. They're putting their people in place. And we fighting over, who's going to be the leader of this and who's going to do that. One thing that I'll tell you, I don't care. I don't care who does it, as long as it gets done. One other thing that I want to say before I move forward on the next question is that one of the things that I'm working on this year is finding one thing that black people agree on. Because we have 20, 30 different things. If you ask most people who are Latino, it's about immigration. If it's any other specialized group of people, they know exactly what they want. It's one thing, even if our oppressor decided, which we all know that they probably won't do any better. Historically, that's been shown. But let's just say, it's like, okay, what y'all want? We don't know. I think it's time for our leaders to specifically find, and I don't give a damn if they roll the dice. We can roll the dice and say it could be the school to prison pipeline, whatever we want it to be, education, whatever. We need to figure that one thing that we want to accomplish as a people, move forward, get that done, and do something else, get that done, and move forward.
So with that, we speak a lot also just about the need to kind of get involved within our community as opposed to waiting for those in Washington, D.C. to kind of send something.
Waiting for anybody anywhere.
True. So I guess immediately, what do you think is most important for the individual to do in educating themselves? Is it to spend time educating yourself before you go out and reach others? Or is it, like, what's the
this is only my personal opinion. I tell people this all the time. The name of my new album is called The God Box. Please go pre-order it. Once I found out where the God Box was and who the God Box was, my life got easier. I believe if everybody took care of themselves, the world would inherently get better. You know, people spend so much time on wanting to improve the world. Somebody asked me about the African diaspora. I said, shit, we can't get our street diaspora right. We can't get our next door neighbor right. You feel what I'm saying? We can't get our own house right. I believe the solution to everything is self. You know, I had one of my mentors. He said, any question that you ask, it comes back to self. Point your fingers, most of them are pointing at you. You feel what I'm saying? So the direct answer to that question is definitely self, bro. You know. One more, bro. We got they about to kick us out.
I mean, you can do a drop. The drop is
I want one more question.
Oh, you want one more?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
you gotta be ready. Come on, don't stutter, dog. Come on, I'm on you.
I guess with the takeaway at this point, should we continue to have conversations in this space amongst the generations?
Yo, this is what I think. This is my honest opinion, and I think one of the problems in our community is also everybody wants everyone to be on the front line. You know, and you never see generals and captains on the front line in a real war. You had a Navy, you had the Marines, you had people on land, people in the air. We must all learn to play our position. There's somebody who's very, very big in the movie industry who wants to become conscious. And he's always asking me, David Bannon, when can I get out on the front line? No, we want your ass to stay right there. We need you to get that paper over there and keep that influence. And when we call you for something big and we have something sustainable, because sometimes people play their cards too early. And then we don't have nothing to sustain them and they end up falling and they're no good to themselves or our people. I just really think you define what space. I was telling them today, in order to be an activist, all you have to do is become active. To start a movement, all you have to do is fucking move. That's it. Excuse me, I get a little crunk. I'm sorry, turnt. Is that the proper lingo? But it's just moving how you see fit. You know, sometimes people come and they want to debate and argue with me. I don't have time to argue with you. This is my opinion. People came to see me. You know, if you don't agree with it, do whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how you do it. And I want to say something about the brothers in Atlanta. One thing that I love about the FOI in Atlanta, I always take my clothes and everything that I want to give to the public, to the brothers in Atlanta, and I tell you why. They take care of whoever needs. You know, and it's no criticize. I'm not criticizing in any way of any Christian group, but I told, one of the pastors, I want to give my clothes, I want to give my money to anybody who needs, not just Christian people. If there's anybody that's out in the street that needs, I need them to give it to them. And one thing I got to get the brothers to, they don't give a damn who you are. They out there in the bluff, and they doing real work in the community. And I can only speak about those brothers. I can only speak about the fearless because I see what they do. You know, I've been over there, you know what I'm saying, in the restaurant. You know, I see them building, like they took the worst community and they're about to build cleaners. They're out there, they got the house. The house is open to community if you own drugs or not, 24 hours a day. And I see that. And that's the thing that I want to tell people in closing, in answering your question, is that we all have our lanes. All we have to do, and all kids want to see, is some consistency. We're going out now, right? It's David Banner, Speak On It, generation to generation. What's happening? And pre-order the God box, and that's it.